The song was composed by Mike, Leite. It is called Through My Eyes. This is Divine. I'm a patient of MS, which is multiple sclerosis. I have had this condition most of my life. I started on my journey when there was barely one treatment. Went to an office. It was, "Hi, you have MS. Sorry, have a nice day." It was pretty much, we don't know much about it. And it was very difficult to get a DMT at that point. There was a lot of contemplating between the doctor and the patient, so a lot of time would be lost at a very valuable time in your diagnosis time. So I feel like we're at a very important time in multiple sclerosis times. For patients, for doctors, for research, for everything, because we don't just have one DMT, we don't have 0 DMTs, but we have well over 20, probably almost 30 at this point. We've come a very long way in this process, and I'd like to talk about that. If there is anybody out there that is a newly diagnosed patient that is struggling to decide whether they want to go on a DMT, which one to pick, maybe they might be contemplating, hey, it would be better to do this all on my own and not have a DMT. I'm here to share my patient story. I'm here to tell you that I don't want to tell you how to run your life, but I'm here to tell you my experience that is the wrong answer. Don't choose to go without a DMT. Please don't waste too much time. I don't mean to say waste, but don't waste too much time deciding whether to go on one or not. Because every moment that we waste in this, we're incurring brain damage. Straight up, that's exactly what's happening. We might not realize it. We might think we're fine, but we're not. If we really need to pay attention to Dr. Bost or Dr. Krieger, if I'm saying his name properly. I don't know that he'll ever hear this, but if you do, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. But they've both done amazing things in everything MS doctors. And if you even press play, if you look up the leaky pool model, it's so easy to comprehend. The song is also composed by Arrowhead. It is called The Long Road Home. I've done podcasts in the past where I've used this song. Typically, I'm talking about a DMT or a newly diagnosed patient. This is Divine. Just another snowflake in the world. A patient of MS, but I am not MS. I am Cynthia. I'm known as Divine. And I live my own life freely, happy. I am driven by faith and education. And I love every moment of my life, no matter how difficult it is. And I am here to help another person. So, let's talk. You can't see me, but I smiled. So, if you hear me clear my throat, I am fatigued. I have been fatigued. I'm going through a little pseudo attack, so that's my little disclaimer. So, I'm not sick or anything. I just have MS. So, here is my disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am just a patient. I just want to help another, as I've just stated. So, also, you will find info from Dr. Boster, probably in my words, and many of the other doctors that, I've listened to, and I've seen well over 20 doctors in my journey. I have quite a bit of brain damage because of therapeutic inertia has happened, and the wait and see model has happened with me. So what I try to do is surround myself with good education and good doctor advice and stuff. So if my brain is going to be impressionable, I'd like it to be with good knowledge and correct knowledge. So if I sound like another, that would be the reason. I don't know why that is. I'd like to actually ask Dr. Boster or anybody that hears this, why does my brain retain information and I don't know, it's like it replaces my own thoughts somehow, and I don't even know what's even happening. Is that a damage in the brain somewhere? I could watch a movie or a YouTube video, or I could talk to somebody, and a week later, a minute later, a month later, that thought will come up, or that sentence from, a Dr. Boster live feed or something like that will come up. I only agree with his education as an MS patient. As a patient of MS. So some of his words are below. Here's a hashtag. Hashtag we have MS. Hashtag kick MS. Those are all Dr. Boster's words, not mine. Please subscribe to his channel. But here are my words. Let's talk. That's me. To MS. My name is Cynthia. But, everybody knows me as Divine. But please hear me. Please remember my words as a patient behind Dr. Boster's. He's the doctor, I'm just another snowflake in the world. But I have a message for everybody struggling to decide whether or not to treat MS. This should not be a question. Not now, not ever, not yesterday, not tomorrow, not next year, not ever. So, if there's anyone out there struggling to decide on whether or not to treat their multiple sclerosis with a DMT, which is a disease-modifying therapy, or a DMD, I've never heard of it described that way, but I watched a video today and someone called it a DMD. I don't like it described that way. Maybe it was an old video, but I guess how that is a disease-modifying drug. I don't like it described that way, but I guess some people call it that. They consider it a drug instead of a treatment, and I really like how it's described now, where it's a DMT, so a treatment versus a drug. So, how about yesterday? There's no I'll be right backs in multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis isn't that nice. If there was any I'll be right backs, then maybe I missed the memo. Or maybe my MS is just really, really rude. Picture it. I've never gotten I'll see you after 5. I've never got a note like that. Or I'll see you later. Or, hey, it's been fun. I'll see you next year. Look, MS does not go on vacation. It doesn't take a break. It doesn't take that 15-minute required break when we have, that 8-hour job or when we've worked overtime. Look, I'm gonna be real. MS is deceitful. Sorry, MS, but that's what you are. You're deceitful. It tricks you. MS tricks you. When you think you're good, everything's going perfect. You couldn't have a care in the world. Your job's going great. Your family's going wonderful. Maybe you're expecting, a new child, or you just got, a new house, or you just closed on a new house, or you're remodeling your old one, or you're renovating it. Or maybe you got that new car that you always wanted, or maybe you got that Mustang GT. And you just got your historic plates. Yes, I just told you about my car that I don't have anymore. But as I've said, MS is deceitful. When you think you're good, no matter the day, or the night, or the year, or the minute, or the second, or the millisecond, or the century, or the time of day, or the millions of milliseconds in the minute of the day, it doesn't matter. MS does not take a number. Or even your phone number. Hey, I'll give you a call later. MS will not wait in line. In that horrible DMV line or whatever you call it when you have to go renew your plates. Nope. MS isn't waiting all day. MS won't just come back when it's a better time, when it's the most convenient. MS does not decide to attack you when it's convenient. And specifically when it's the most convenient time. When MS decides to attack you, when to attack you as a generalization, when it decides to attack you next, or how long it takes you to recover. And what does that even feel like? Let's see. It could feel like a complete violation when you were just completely fine. I promise you, it will be random. It will even be all at once, all at the same time. And all of a sudden, it may even shock you. It will be devastating at times. Absolutely devastating. I can't even express how life-changing that it could become. Or maybe, maybe you won't even notice. I know some people don't even notice at the beginning. Or at all. There is some MS patients that don't. Or maybe there's no remembrance of the invasion, of the devastation to your neurological system. I'm talking about those hidden attacks that we know nothing about. The ones that occur underneath that waterline that we speak of in the leaky pool model. Beneath the threshold that nobody knows about. The attacks that we just don't know. But I promise you that this neurological devastation, it can occur, especially to a patient unprotected, not on a DMT, especially for the patient that is deciding, well, I'll just do a DMT, disease modifying